we are talking about a fragrance that has been talked about by many YouTubers already, I am sure. However, I recently have fallen in love with it and wanted to make sure that I shared it with you guys. And I thought, hey, what better way to talk about it than to do a comparison video with its two sisters or follow-up editions of the same fragrance. The fragrance we're talking about is Parfums de Marly, Delina. Delina the original, it was created in 2017 by Quentin Bish. Start to finish, Delina is a romantic and beautiful scent. There's no other way to describe it. It is modern, extremely feminine. It is a perfect wedding fragrance. It's wedding dress appropriate. It's Duchess satin, the quintessential wedding day perfume. It is the perfect bridal perfume. It's ornate, everlasting. It has a body without being overwhelming. There are not enough positive things I can say about this fragrance. It truly is just a beautiful start to finish fragrance. The top note to Delina, the original, is lychee, rhubarb, bergamot, and nutmeg. The middle notes, Turkish rose, peony, musk, Petalia, and vanilla. The base, cashmeron, cedar, Haitian vetiver, and incense. Initially, you smell the rhubarb. You smell the bergamot mixed with the rose. The rose and the peony and the vanilla reveal themselves rather early, and then it flows into a much more subdued rose / peony, vanilla, musky, vetiver, cashmeron scent. I think if you know the notes that encompass this fragrance, you're able to find them. However, without knowing the notes of the fragrance, the primary notes you'll probably smell are the bergamot, the peony, the Turkish rose, the vetiver as it dries down, and definitely the musk and the vanilla. It's truly a unique yet beautiful and elegant fragrance. I will say, if you're sensitive to fragrance, if you tend to get headaches easily from fragrance, the rhubarb might be a bit of a turnoff to you. It's just a slightly sour note that gives the perfume just a slight twang, but it's enough that it does, if you're sensitive to it, you probably will pick that up and feel it. However, I don't want that to deter you from experiencing this fragrance or trying it. I'm extremely sensitive to scent, and remarkably, it didn't bother me. So there's hope out there. So definitely don't write it off for that. Just try it for yourself and see, test it out before you purchase. Don't blind buy it. However, if you're not sensitive to scent, it's a definite safe blind buy. I love it. So probably due to its popularity, I don't know for sure, but I'm gonna go out on a whim with this one. In 2018, Parfums de Marly then released Delina Exclusif, which is considered an amber fragrance. Now, if you're wanting to know the difference between Delina the original and Delina Exclusif, smelling it just without knowing the notes, it's going to smell a bit heavier, a bit more creamy, and definitely more of the amber. Again, Delina Exclusif is considered an amber fragrance. It was created in 2018, again by Quentin Bish, or Bish, not sure on that one. It also is an elegant fragrance. It's, if the original, if the rhubarb bothered you and you still enjoyed the fragrance, you just didn't want that twang to it, comparing the two, Delina Exclusif is probably Delina with more body. It's Delina creamier. It's Delina with amplified amber. It's a heavier scent, perhaps more of a presence. I always create pictures in my mind of these fragrances, like the type of clothing it would look like, or where I would envision wearing it. So if we're going with the wedding analogy and we have the bride wearing Delina, the original, I would consider the older sister the more, perhaps more sophisticated, more refined, maybe a bit more reserved. That would be Delina Exclusif. Then we have the younger sister, Delina La Rosee. Delina La Rosee was created in 2021, so very recently, by Quentin Michigan. It is, in comparison to the original, it is a bit lighter, a bit more rosy, also a much more citrusy. It is a lighter fragrance. There's more water notes in it. The longevity isn't quite as long as the original, or Exclusive for that matter. But again, I'd consider the major difference to be it is a lighter fragrance. It is perhaps more delicate, maybe not as much body, not quite as elegant, a little bit more informal of a fragrance per se. But I think the major difference just is the strength of the citrus in La Rosee. If we're going to consider the three of them, then the original would be the original Delina, a beautiful fragrance. Exclusive would be more of an amber, more richer, a bit more creamy. And then La Rosee is the citrus, lighter version of Delina, the original. So in Delina Exclusif, again, it's an amber. The top notes are lychee, pear, bergamot. The heart is Turkish Road, agar wood or oud, and then incense. And then the base of the fragrance is vanilla, amber, and then woody notes. Then the notes in La Rosee, lychee, pear, bergamot. The heart of the fragrance is peony, watery notes, Turkish rose, and floral notes. The base of the fragrance, white musk, woody notes, and Haitian vetiver. So for comparing all three of them have lychee and bergamot at the top of the fragrance. Exclusive and La Rosee both have pear at the top of the fragrance as well, and then the original also has the rhubarb and the nutmeg. For the heart of the fragrance, they all have Turkish rose in the heart. But then this is where they differ a bit, because in the original and La Rosee both share peony as the heart of the fragrance. But then other than that, all three of them differ in the heart of the fragrance. The original contains the musk, the petalia, and the vanilla in the heart of the fragrance. The Exclusive has the agar wood, oud, and the incense in the middle of the fragrance. And then La Rosee has, unique to La Rosee, the watery notes and the floral notes. Then we get to the base of the fragrance. What they have in common is the original and La Rosee both contain the Haitian vetiver, and the Exclusive and the Rosee both contain the woody notes at the base of the fragrance. A few of them are kind of shuffled around, such as the vanilla and the amber are at the base of the fragrance with Exclusive, versus the vanilla in the heart of the original. The incense is at the base of the original, the incense is in the middle of Exclusive. And that's about it. Like I said, all three of them contain ingredients that are unique to that said fragrance, and then they have some in common. I think it's funny with La Rosee, instead of containing most of, I guess I would assume, the original notes, and then adding and deleting some, of course, to make the fragrance unique, La Rosee has notes in common with the original, and also notes in common with Exclusive that the original and Exclusive don't have in common. So I just think that's funny if we're talking about when I was using the comparison of the sisters earlier. Regardless, they're all three beautiful depending on what kind of fragrance you're looking for. Another idea is to layer them if you enjoy, you know, maybe you like the original Delina, but you want more of a citrus addition to it. You know, you could pair it with the La Rosee. Or maybe you like the original, but you want it to have a bit more of a presence. You could add in the Exclusif. I will say both the original and Exclusif have a long life. I can wear it, shower, wake up in the morning, I'll still smell it on my skin. I wore it for Mother's Day and it lasted all day. The next day I was walking my dog and hadn't washed my hair, and when my hair would shuffle, I would get light whiffs of it. I'll say the way I wear it, I wear the original and then I spray Exclusif on my neck, the back of my neck, just to give it a little bit of a original twist, I guess. All three of these bottles are absolutely beautiful. I wish that the Exclusif looked a bit different than the original. They both have the opaque baby pink exterior, the silver top with the tassel, all very, very beautiful. La Rosee is more of a sheer pink. It's a bit more my style. It looks really watercolory and beautiful and elegant if you display your perfumes. So all in all, three, you wouldn't go wrong picking any of these. It just depends on your personal preference. If you want more of the creamy, more of the modern tang, or a lighter floral citrus fragrance. Again, my name is Katherine. Thanks for stopping by. If you're a return viewer, thank you. I appreciate very much your loyalty. If you're new to my channel, I very much appreciate you considering subscribing. If you hit the notification bell, then you'd be alerted to when I post new videos. I like to post both beauty and fragrance. I've been focusing lately on more niche fragrances just because they're unique to me and I think it's interesting the stories behind them. Please make sure to also like my videos. It helps me with the YouTube algorithm. It's kind of a tip. And basically shows me that you appreciate my efforts in these videos. So again, my name's Katherine. I hope to see you again soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.